Hello everybody, myself and Free are back once again, and this time we're going to be taking a look at the expansions for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood of Venice from Triton Noir. So we have 3 expansions, and we're going to be starting with
Creed versus Crows.
Creed and Crows. So I love the boxes.
The boxes are gorgeous. It's that matte effect, isn't it? With the gloss.
Yeah. And on the back, a delightful picture of some crows.
Yes.
Essentially another set of assassins.
Absolutely. Your assassins that are coming with, whilst in the same artwork as the original artwork from Assassin's Creed. So,
give you that out of the way for a second. So in it we have the rulebook and missions, and then we also have our card stock. So we'll have a quick look at the rulebook. Shows you the contents with 5 new characters and 8 automatons, Da Vinci-based Roombas.
Yep. Certainly going to make a mess.
Yep. Along with all your various cards, dice, base markers that you need to play. Like the core game, your setup and playthrough is marked off. So anywhere where you see a blue numbered square, it will tell you to refer to the original rulebook in that chapter heading to find out exactly how that plays.
Not word-heavy pages either.
No.
There's lots of artwork to split it up as well.
Yeah, things like that.
Gorgeous artwork.
There's one of our little...
There it is.
There's a meme about a Claymore Roomba, is there not? Play Welcome to the Jungle and unleash the Claymore Roomba.
Artwork.
Yeah, and then we get into our various scenarios, which I will not go through because a lot of this stuff is better if you play it right off the bat without any preconceptions. 2 new player boards. See? So your character card goes in there, hidden blade, melee weapon, ranged weapon, any equipment from chests, and then you have your health/armor and your activation cubes in here, but in a nice black and grey crow-esque look.
Yeah.
And then we have a new set of tiles to play on.
Yes.
So we have single tiles, which are
double-sided.
Double-sided.
Beautiful.
And some larger towers.
Yeah.
Again, double-sided depending on the scenario. And we also have our final tower and our initiative token.
Brilliant.
Which is
the hidden blade.
A stabby blade.
Oh, that hidden blade's great for a token.
Yeah.
It's really different. That's a really different token that definitely plays well in with the theme of the game.
Who do you know who's going first? It's the one who's just been stabbed up.
The one with the hidden blade.
Yeah. So this is 2mm cardstock. So good quality. Nice resolution on the images as well.
Yes, thick.
And a decent thickness on it.
No ripping when coming out either.
No.
Quite easy to come out of the card as well.
Well, that's what I want, because if I rip it, I'd cry.
Yes.
It's been a while since I ripped stuff.
Here you got your cards as well. So you've got your assassins in there as well. Your famous guy, Ezio Auditore. And if you don't say an Italian accent, you're wrong.
Okay. I'm glad I didn't attempt it.
Because you'd be wrong.
I would have been wrong. So those are from the initial core game, but then we also have the new characters here. So Guerrera, Plezia, Morte.
Carestia?
Sure.
Yeah.
Cesar Borgia.
Borgia. Yep. Definitely.
I know his sister, Lucretia. Lovely girl. Seekers, crossbowmen, and traders to have to deal with. And then we also have our event cards, including our a la carte bomb Roomba. All with...
That's ready to come out.
Yep. All with exquisite artwork on them throughout. I'm not sure how much of this artwork is from the game or is it just inspired by the game.
But it certainly belongs within the same universe.
Yeah. Looks absolutely superb.
Yeah.
So That's our big tarot cards.
Well, as well as your big tarot cards, you have your teeny tiny cards as well.
Ooh. I'm all for teeny tiny. So we have equipment. Dun, 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 dun. A lot of equipment.
All equipment. There you go.
We also have chests, no initiative, and initiative. Hidden blades, automaton,
Yep.
and some secret objectives at the end.
Yes.
So the equipment is a mix of new plus additional from the core set. So if you like jumping off roofs with Da Vinci's parachute, then this has that once again.
You can certainly have the opportunity to do so. As well as that, you do have these for your characters. Again, rubber. Rubber's a nice feature of this. I have seen these plastic as well. Just in case you do not paint your miniatures, just to give a bit of diversity on the table. And along with that, you have your dice for the game.
Yeah, so it uses a set of custom dice. So you've got your hits, your guard retaliation, or your assassins, I suppose critical.
Yep.
Depending on what you're doing or what equipment you're using, that can have various in-game effects.
And of course, the miniatures,
Yes.
the assassins. The assassins. They are the most important part of the game, because why would you be playing if you weren't playing with an assassin?
Very true.
So these miniatures are gorgeous, aren't they, Gerry?
Going to pop Enzio Morricone into a nice yellow base. I know that's not his name, but it just amuses me.
No, I know, I wasn't going to correct you.
Well, yeah. And so the miniatures themselves are roughly 28mm.
Yep.
And they are either pre-assembled or single piece. The quality of the sculpts is excellent.
They are incredibly detailed, these. And they are plastic with that much detail as well.
I'm not sure if they're hard or they may be hips. They may be PVC. I feel it's probably more likely that they're PVC. Finding something that I want to bend.
Yeah. I know, civic bikes.
Yeah. But that's exactly what I'm doing. If they're not high impact, if they're not hips plastic, then they're certainly erring on that side because they're quite robust, but there is flex in them. But the detailing on those is just sublime.
Well, considering for the fact that it's a board game as well, and I certainly don't often see miniatures this detailed in board games whatsoever.
Yeah, well, with Assassin's Creed, I suppose the look is a big factor as well as the mechanics and the gameplay. So it makes sense that they go the whole hog.
Absolutely, and as well as that, obviously you have your assassins.
Yes.
Don't forget your Roombas as well.
No, well, how could you? With its cartoon-esque bomb. There's 8 of those in the set, is there?
8 there is indeed.
Tiddling around like Da Vinci's death trap. Again, a shockingly nice amount of detail for a tiny token.
Considering it's a token,
Yeah.
there's a lot of effort and work going into it.
Yeah.
All assassins as well look different. I like that. They're all in individual different poses. They're not just in formation, as it were.
Yeah. I think they keep that for the guards. So next up,
we're staying with the Italian Renaissance, and we're heading to Roma.
okay. So there's our papal keys, and again, full colour artwork on the back.
Yep.
Because if you've got it, flaunt it.
Absolutely. And these are your assassins within this expansion. So some really interesting
There we go.
characters.
24 miniatures in here, 13 sealed envelopes, 107 playing cards, a HQ board, etc., etc.
Lots of stuff for an expansion.
Yeah, let's pop that in there. And I'll start the bidding with our rulebook. So again, full colour rulebook. So full colour rulebook. We also have a set of stickers because this is legacy based.
Yep.
And the rulebook gives you your contents. So assassins, followers of Romulus, papal guards, and everything else.
A lot more miniatures in this one.
You get your basic instructions and then straight into your memory/scenarios, which I won't go through because I don't want to spoil things for people.
No.
But again, apart from full colour throughout, you occasionally get these splash art pieces,
Yep.
which are utterly gorgeous.
And not a chunky rule book for an expansion. That's the last thing we want.
No, that's it. It's only a few pages of rules at the start and the rest is the scenarios.
Yeah.
Get a significant amount of tiles. So we have our singles. So you can be outside in Rome.
Because it wouldn't be Assassin's Creed without all of the roofs, would it?
No, it would not.
No. You need to jump on someone, at least aerial attack once.
At least once.
At least once. You wouldn't be feeling Assassin's Creed if you wasn't.
No. We also have the larger 4 square tiles with a more papal feel.
I really like the aesthetic of these tiles in comparison to the last one because it kind of gives the rich versus the poor. You really do have a look at where you're jumping into. And the antics those assassins get up to anyway.
Yep. We have a very nice cloister.
It's huge, that one.
I imagine that will be absolutely heaving with guards.
Yep.
And we also have a large interior. These are not double-sided. These are
No, the larger ones.
larger single-sided ones. That looks like a barracks. There's an awful lot of pikes in there.
Yes. I mean, that's not going to be easy to get into. And
I will also say, though, there's a lot of weapons and gold lying around, so maybe that's the HQ for the assassins.
yeah, potentially. As well as that, you've got a ton of envelopes to get through in this game as well.
So all of your memories, not scenarios, memories, are sealed. So until you play through it the first time, you won't know what's coming. Like the core game, if you do fluff a scenario, you can reattempt it with apprentices instead of the named characters. And if you fluff it again, then bigger boys will come and do it. And then you can just progress, but you'll not get any of the XP that you would have had otherwise.
Wow.
You know, it's one way of doing it.
Yeah. And then
I do like the legacy aspect.
And then you have your miniatures.
Okay, so we have 10 of the Cult of Romulus.
And 10 of those as well.
10 of our, I don't think they call them Papal Guard, but they are, or Papal Guard, they are the Swiss Guard.
Yeah.
Great detail on both of them.
Very much so. What I love about this particular box is obviously the miniatures are a lot more diverse past the initial assassins, but you're looking at the enemies and the details are there for the enemies as well. They've not gone short on that.
Yeah.
But there are 10 of each in each box as well, in this box particularly.
Which is handy.
And then you have your assassins.
And here we have 4 gorgeous characters. And no 2 of which look alike. And again, leaning into both the aesthetic of the assassins, but also to the whole character of the models as well.
Yes.
These are absolutely brimming full.
All of the weapons individually. So all of these characters are going to have their own special abilities. And the dual wielding aspects is fascinating.
Yeah. Also nice to see Arabian Assassin.
Yes.
They started it all. May as well have at least one in there.
Exactly.
I don't know if he comes up in the computer games. I've only ever played the original.
I played a few.
And I was never particularly good at it. This one with the little kitty cat mask.
That's gorgeous. That's my favourite miniature, that one.
Yeah, and another mask on their belt.
Dying for paint, these are. They're glorious. The ones in this box in particular, I think would look gorgeous.
And standing on a little...
bright colours.
what looks like a capstan for tying off a boat.
Ah, yeah.
So potentially more Venetian, lurking around your canals.
And your aerial.
Yeah, because sometimes you can't decide whether you want to throw a dagger at somebody's head or shoot them in the face with a crossbow. So why limit yourself by only having one?
Just do both.
Yeah. That is a superb set of miniatures
Absolutely.
for Roma. And that leaves us with one more set then.
One more.
Okay, so Tokyo 21.
XXI. Roman numerals on this one, there is, yeah.
There we have our three characters on this one. And we're moving out of the Renaissance and into, if not modern day, then possibly the near future. Give it up. There we go. So, a host of card again, and more stickers and envelopes. So this one again has more legacy in it. We have our, wow, inside the construct.
Yep.
Somebody called Neo.
Glitch in the Matrix.
Yes. But we have
different in these ones, the spectres.
So we've got 10 guards, 5 spectres, 10 dogs, and then the 3 new characters. And again, our introduction and setup refer back to the initial core set. And in this case, we also have dogs.
Still goes in this
Dogs
one.
and spectres. So telling you what will go on. And then after that, we're into our missions. So again, especially with this being legacy, I won't show you those. But I will flick to the back to show you stuff you can do. So as you play through, if you're successful, you get to level up in various ways. And if you're unsuccessful, then somebody else will have to come and do it for you.
Please try again later.
Yeah. And here we have Nakatomi Tower.
Yes.
So I'm choosing to decide that's how it is.
That's how it's said, yeah. See, again, different aspect from this expansion being take on a more modern, yet futuristic, cyberpunkish.
Yeah, it does have that cyberpunk feel. I love the suits of samurai armor in these tiles, because that has the
keeping the Japanese theme.
We're an old established enterprise, and we still lean into our origins. There's a helipad, and then
very dangerous roof.
Yeah, not sure what's going on there. They have a feel of some form of cryogenic suspension.
Yep.
Somebody's been frozen, or if they're not being frozen, then somebody's running a nuclear reactor out of downtown Tokyo.
There's something definitely shifty going on there anyway.
You'll end up with radioactive hogs.
And of course, when you're going into the Animus, you're going to have to play through different memories.
Yeah. So again, all the memories are sealed, so you won't spoil it in advance. And then we're into our miniatures. So we have 10 little dogs. I've just realised they've got the same base texture as the floor of the office.
That's great.
From the tiles. So if you're wondering how you should be painting these, the answer is don't.
Yes.
But if you want to, that's what they're standing on.
Yeah.
It's an unusual tessellating pattern. Apart from our dogs, we also have our regular guards armed with nightstick grenades.
Yes, they're not going to be as easy as the other guys in the last expansion.
No.
You're going to need different tactics to take on the more modern weaponry.
I would imagine just levelling the building will do the job.
Yeah.
And then we have the spectres, who are the same sculpt, but cast in a clear acrylic, which if you want to, you could throw a wash over that just so you can pick up some of the details, or you can keep them as is, being super spectre. Do like them. Again, nice casts. Great level of detail on them as well.
Yeah, you might not be able to see the one on the see-through one.
No.
It's exactly the same. Yeah, it's exactly the same.
He's leaning back more. He'll have back issues. Just saying. He may find himself dunked in some hot water to straighten him out.
Oh, he's had back issues from where he's been standing all day.
Well, that makes sense.
Drama.
There's a secret box that you're not allowed to look in, so we're not going to look in it.
No, we're not.
Not until you reach that juncture.
And of course, you have your assassins for this expansion.
So here are 3 new characters. So this is our tech wizard.
Yeah.
Got a PDA on her wrist and a backpack for hiking.
Hiking, she's got a hat on as well.
Got a hat on, yeah.
Yep.
It's very good. It's a very finely detailed figure.
The more I look at the miniature, the more I see, with the hat to the face to the individual tools on the backpack. For
Lovely.
such high detail.
And we have our actual assassin, hidden wrist blade, and not quite as ready for a hike.
No. No, certainly would be more useful in a different terrain.
Yeah.
Some hikey weather.
Again, beautiful sculpt.
Yeah.
Really nice detail. I like to keep the dynamic poses for the assassins and the
I like
characters. And then you can just have your nameless masses just standing around, wondering what's happening as they get offed.
So you won't be tempted to pick them up during the
Yeah.
With the levels. Again, poses are so incredibly different. This guy with his suitcase and everything.
Yeah. Somebody has attempted to take his bag off the carousel at an airport, and he's decided to stop them. It makes sense though.
Well, yeah, it does. He's got his sword out. He's quite aggressive about his bag.
Yeah. Really nice.
Gorgeous.
Leaning into his inner Highlander there as well.
Yeah.
Quite dynamic looking figure as well.
Yes.
But again, they do an awful lot with the figures for these.
Yeah. There's a lot gone into them.
So that is Tokyo 21. And that is the 3 expansions for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood of Venice. Hopefully we'll be doing some Let's Plays on the channel soon. If you have any questions, drop them below and we will do our best to answer them. But for now, bye-bye.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.